Oh man, I hate my computer so much. Well, not my computer. I love my computer actually. I hate my internet connection so much. It is such an annoyance to have to deal with that. And I appreciate the Blue Crew who comes back around. Totally understand if you guys don't jump back into these streams. It's really frustrating on my end. I can only imagine how it is as a viewer. But nonetheless, the show goes on, and hopefully we can continue streaming without any hiccups right now. Guys, thanks for flying back in. Thanks to the viewers. Thanks for the 2 likes already jumping back in. You guys are amazing. So we're just going to jump back into where we started, man. We're not going to be thinking about this too much. Not going to get flustered. So we're looking at XRP right here. And what I was saying is XRP does have some overhead resistance at around 70 to 80 cents. Our next major overhead would probably be at around $1. And I think this would probably take time for us to get back to $1. Maybe in August, somewhere we get back up to the dollar range and really hit a resistance point. There again, a psychological resistance, but great to be seeing the pivot right here. Some people are thinking maybe should we open up a short for XRP? Is this a time that we see some selling pressure from the bullishness towards the upside? I would have to say that's up to, you know, once again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a pro trader, and I'll never tell you what to do. Bones TEP, man, thanks for the love, my dude. Thanks for your support as always, Bones TEP. Shout out to you, man. Cheers to you, my dude. Guys, thanks for bringing the bullishness back in. Just means we got a 2-part video. Yeah, exactly, man. Just a 2-part video. That's all. The first part was just what it was. It was just the introduction, saying hello to people, and now we jump in for the real stuff. But anyways, okay, I think we're good. All right. Nonetheless, let me know how the connection's coming through for you guys. Let me know how the vocal and the sound is and everything like that. So we're looking at XRP on the daily right here. Overhead resistance already being met, as you can tell. Right? But if we break through this, we're talking about going up to that 80-cent range, possibly between 70 to 80 cents right there. Still need a breakout above here. We do have resistance there at the 62-cent range. So maybe we do get some consolidation in the short term. But we do like seeing this breakout nonetheless towards the upside. And if we can get some more bullishness coming for XRP, maybe going into next week. Next week could probably be an exciting week. We'll just have to see what ends up happening, you guys. But wouldn't be surprised if we do retrace for a second. Go about halfway, go down to 57 cents, and then start picking up again and going up to that 70-cent range, 80-cent range before our next overhead resistance. We got levels to this, right? So we're hitting some resistance right now because this was previous support that was failed to treat. We failed to treat as a support. Now it's going to be our overhead resistance. And so if we can break through this, it's game time for XRP. But I really do feel like we're hitting some crucial long-term points that we need to be pivoting at around this range, man. So if we're pivoting and going back up to where we started in the bull cycle, you know, not started, but going back up to that 190 range, this is the bottom to be getting in on and holding long before we get back towards that upside. But we'll see if that ends up happening, you guys. I mean, this is crucial because if we want to continue this bullish cycle, if we want to continue it, it needs to start breaking out towards the upside. And, you know, we're talking new all-time highs for XRP if it ends up breaking past this previous high right here of 180. So XRP in the very long term, not looking too bad. Short term, like today, tomorrow, maybe a little bearish, just a little consolidation from the pumping. But aside from that, not too bad. And as you see out on the weekly chart right here, starting off with a green right here, going to close out the week. Closed out the week a little bit in the green. But yeah, testing previous resistance, hopefully as support around this range. This is very crucial, you guys, for a lot of cryptos that are looking like this, right? We want the party to continue. We want the bullish cycle to continue. We don't feel like that bullishness in the beginning of the year was the true bull cycle, right? Because if 2017 is any indication, it's going to get bonkers if we start pivoting towards the upside and going to higher highs. And we're talking XRP back to all-time highs. That's for sure. Danny Carney in the house. Dude, Shout out to Danny Carney, the strong node master over there. He's like the strong node samurai, strong node sensei. There we go. I like that one. That one's a good one. Video and audio, all good. Guys, appreciate the 6 viewers and the 4 likes. Thanks for sending the likes out there to the YouTube algorithms. Hopefully we get, you know, the 7 other peeps who were tuning in that just didn't, you know, lost the patience. And I understand, man. It's frustrating when I'm dealing with this. It's very frustrating on my end. I can only imagine how frustrating it must be for all of y'all. But yeah, we'll see, man. It's good to see this pivot at around this range, especially if we want to be continuing a parabolic move towards the upside. Let me clear these charts for you right here. Kind of just show you the parabolic trend that I'm kind of looking at right here if we're continuing the bull cycle. Right? It's going to be very, 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 very interesting if we can bounce off around here on the weekly and start next week, hell, the beginning of August, in a very, very bullish way. If not, we're going to probably hit very long-term support trends. Right? You do have enough, you do have space to fall more, which I know a lot of people don't like hearing, but maybe you fall down to this range right here at 32 cents, and then that's continues your movement, and it could still be considered a parabolic move continuation. It's just that you're even in an earlier phase of the parabolicness. You know, the parabolic move right here. You know, we would be moving this right here, and you would just have a lot more space to grow. So if it wants to go sideways and test that long-term support towards the downside at 30 cents, then we're talking about some major gains if the bull run continues right here. But we're hoping for a pivot right around this range for XRP sooner. You know, I think sooner than October personally, but I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. But remember, this is the weekly. So seeing sideways action, slowly declining sideways action for the next 2 months could be really agonizing for some people, that's for sure. I love those nodes. Danny Carney, dude, you're killing it with those, man. You're killing it with the strong nodes, man. Shout out to you, my man. I love Sentinel DVPN, so I'm happy that they're collaborating with Strong, and I think that's going to be such a valuable collaboration between the two. But even here on the weekly, man, look at the stock RSI here on the weekly. It's still showing kind of some bullish momentum could be yet to be had right here for XRP. That's not bad. It's good to see that, actually. And if you look at the weekly selling pressure as well, it's getting less and less, right, over time. Volume is picking up again. And that's, you know, that's kind of the... for XRP and a lot of cryptos, that's what it's looking like, right? That's why we were calling for that pivot. Because it just, you know, we trusted the TA. We didn't try to get too emotional about it. And we started getting a pivot. It's a relief pivot for right now. It's not a confirmation of the bull cycle yet, but this was necessary for the possibilities of continuing this bullish cycle. I didn't think we were going to go this low. Wouldn't be surprised if there was more downside sideways trading. It's all good. We're here. Exactly, Bones DEP. We know what we hold, my man. That is for sure. Cheers to you, Miles P. What's up, my man? So, guys, just a little preview that I want to give to you guys. I will be doing a deep dive on IrisNet sometime in the future. And just a little look into what we'll be deep diving about when it comes to Iris. Their AI company that kind of represents them sometimes, Beyonce, did a Hyperledger Global Forum this year. IBC, iService, Enterprise Applications, Interoperability of IRITA Hub. And we know, we love Hyperledger Consortium, all the cryptos that are involved in that Hyperledger Consortia. And remember, I keep talking about how underestimated Iris is, Atom is, that the whole Cosmos ecosystem is just so disrespected amongst the crypto communities. A lot of people just lose sight of it because they get really obsessed with either cryptos that seem to have more potential or like are new to the space, sort of like, you know, I love Flare, don't get me wrong, but you know, I think Flare and Atom and Cosmos will collaborate because of that interledger protocol connection. But But, you know, you have a lot of people in the XRP community who don't understand that the Cosmos ecosystem is connected to the ILP and Interledger protocol. So possible, you know, collaborations going on with the XRPL there from Cosmos and Atom. But not only that, you know, people will get lost in what's going on with DOT, for example, or Cardano, or, you know, these business enterprise cryptos like Hbar, QNT, XDC, XTZ. But Atom is just never thrown in the bunch with any of those. Like when you talk smart contracts, most people just think ETH, Solana, Tezos, or, you know, or Polkadot and Cardano and things like that. They never mention, for some reason, Atom. And then in the same thing on the business side, never mention of Atom. Well, right here, you know, and when we go through the deep dive, we'll go into a little bit more intricately, but collaborations with the Hyperledger Consortium, and right here, seeing Hyperledger Fabric with IBC, Hyperledger Besu with IBC, combined with IRITA, which is Iris's iService that allows for IBC inter-blockchain communication to happen, right? And remember, IBC and ILP will be like intermingled with each other because they kind of fill in the gaps that each one has together, right? So they gave this presentation at the Hyperledger Global Forum about IBC and iService, and if you know, I'm gonna be giving it away just a little bit with you guys, but we're gonna be going through this, like their presentation at the Hyperledger Consortium, going on a little overview of the history of Iris right here. But if you look down to this bottom slide of what IBC is like able to collaborate with, check this out right here. Hyperledger Fabric, Besu, Hyperledger Besu, Corda, and IBC, right? R3's Corda with IBC. So the IBC inter-blockchain communication layer is so it's not talked about from a lot of crypto channels that I know of personally. Maybe you guys know of them, but unless they're in the Cosmos ecosystem, and that's where I hear them talking about it. But outside of the Cosmos ecosystem, I never hear any talk about IBC, you know, from like YouTubers or Twitter people. From the businesses, though, from Hyperledger, from the Blockchain Service Network, they talk about it, right? So I just think it's a very interesting thing, and they're involved with enterprises, right? Look at this, IrisNet open to enterprise blockchains, right? But they won't throw Iris in there with Hbar and XLM and XDC and things like that. I don't know why. I don't know why there's these certain preferences to it. I think maybe people just lack the understanding that things like inter-blockchain communication, Tendermint, are going to be collaborating with this Interledger protocol, are going to be collaborating with things like Corda, Hyperledger, all these consortiums to create this internet of blockchains, this interoperability amongst blockchains, right? So I know you guys are going to probably be loving the content that comes out from there, so just a heads up, keep an eye out for a future Iris deep dive. And this is a crypto that I really feel like they keep it at same way with XRP and XLM and some of these other cryptos. They keep it at a very low price, and they keep hush-hush about it because they don't want people jumping in on this thing, right? They don't want people to be aware of cryptos like these. They want people to know about mini Doge. They want people to know about Shiba. They want people to know about Doge. They want people to know about all these other cryptos that, sure, maybe there's a certain extent of utility. I don't mean to bash on other cryptos. I'm just saying there's a massive amount of disrespect for the cryptos in the Cosmos ecosystem, especially in their collaborations with the Interledger protocol. And if you love Interledger protocol and you love XRP, I think Cosmos ecosystem could use your support in the same way that you support the Flare networks. You know, that's all I'm saying. Market's definitely in a tricky spot. I agree, man. Nicholas M, I see it as a buying opportunity. Ripple is everywhere. Exactly, Legendary, without a doubt. Feeling like it's going to go down more next month before it climbs again. Nicholas M, we'll see, my man. We'll see. But a good call. I didn't think we were going this slow. Yeah, I hear you guys. NFT will be big next year to distract from the crypto gems. Yeah, possibly, man. Nicholas M, cheers to you. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised is once we get closer to holiday season, you start getting like holiday NFTs and things like that, right? Like, 'tis the season, spread the good cheer. Here are some giveaways, like, I think the crypto space is going to be very active the closer we get into holiday season, and towards the end of the year, and maybe, the beginning of 2022, we get a replication of the beginning of what 2021 was. Maybe that's the new pattern right now, especially if we want to be continuing a bull cycle. We still have to reach a hype like level. Like, I still think the hype is not complete yet. Like, for sure, crypto's hype ahead of reality without a doubt, because it's just mostly speculation. But I still think we need another, like, a continuation of this bullish cycle where it just gets hyped up like crazy, like the same way the peak of the internet bubble was. I think we still need to experience that, where you have millions of people, you have mass adoption in a way of these digital assets and people jumping into this space, and then they get freaking rocked, right? People investing in like the pets.com and things like that. Like, that's when I think the bubble will pop, is when they're able to include as many people as they can. Hence why you have like people like Elon Musk, Jack Dorsey, Cathie Wood, all these people that, people in their 30s, 40s, and 50s kind of respect and see for guidance in terms of investments or like business stuff, which I actually don't understand why you would. I understand ARK Invest is a pretty interesting company nonetheless to keep an eye out for in terms of stocks and growth. But in terms of like what they're saying is like Bitcoin's the only answer and it's only Bitcoin, it's only this. You hear it constantly under their words saying the underlying technology of Bitcoin, right? So they don't necessarily say only Bitcoin, right? And then, of course, Elon Musk saying I own more Bitcoin than I do Ethereum and Doge. But he never, dude, if he knows about crypto and he's into crypto, what if he owns more Bitcoin than Ethereum and Doge, but he owns more XRP than Bitcoin? He owns more XLM than Bitcoin. He owns more Hbar than Bitcoin, owns more Solana than Bitcoin. But of course, he won't say that out loud because he knows maybe those are the real boats right there, and he doesn't want to bring the sheeple to those type of cryptos. He wants to lead the sheeple because he's a puppet, just like Cathie Wood and Jack Dorsey are, to attract them towards the Bitcoins, the Ethereums, and Doges. I do think Ethereum does have a level of success coming for it, and I do think all three of those cryptos will probably appreciate in price and whatnot. Not trying to bash on them, but we know what the objectives of those puppet people are and what they're doing, right? We'll be ghosts by the time the big masses arrive. Legendary, exactly, man. We might get bought out, right? And you know what? That's interesting that you bring that up, man, because I think a lot of people underestimate the price potential. Let's jump back into XRP talk. So I think people are underestimating what the overall price potential of what XRP could be if their words, if they walk their talk. And if they're talking all the money, if you're talking about all the money being bridged by XRP, you're talking about all the currencies in the world having this non-sovereign digital currency that is the bridge to all of them, the ultimate liquidity pool, the X pool, the Ripple net, if you will, or whatnot, the Interledger protocol, the XRPL, and you're talking about the ultimate liquidity engine that all these central banks will be custodying and, being a part of, then I think a ridiculously high price XRP is not out of the question, right? I just made some posts recently on Twitter. If you guys don't follow me on Twitter, I do post very often on there, so I understand if you guys block me sometimes because I just retweet to oblivion, and but hopefully it's useful information most of the time for y'all. But so I said people keep thinking of XRP like it is a company. So when you try to think, in terms of a company's valuation, you're like, dude, Apple and some other companies are, I don't know, in the billions of dollars of valuation or trillions, right? Something like that. Well, XRP is not a company. XRP is a digital asset. It's the beginning of a new digital asset, so we really don't know what the top could be. We're not even in a utility era of these digital assets, right? And if XRP is going to bridge So let me just read the post. People keep thinking XRP is like a company, so having a market of trillions of dollars is out of the question for them. No, it's not a company. It's a digital asset that will bridge all the money. All the money equals 1.2 plus quadrillions of dollars. And who knows when they're going to stop inflating the amount of currency that's out there, right? So then we talk about XRP also burns, granted, a very small amount, burns a very small amount of XRP per transaction. And this is including any type of transaction, any payment that's made with XRP, microtransactions, you know, big transactions, big money transactions, all of that burns a small amount of XRP with it. So it's deflationary over time. Now imagine if you got mass adoption happening where XRP is getting burned with every single transaction. And you know, the total number of transactions that happen on average a day are billions. Billions upon billions of transactions happen a day. Payments happen every single day. So if you're talking about XRP bridging billions upon billions of transactions daily, then how much XRP is going to be burned every single day? How much XRP is going to be burned every single week? How much XRP is going to be burned monthly, yearly, right? So let's just do like a rough number thing here. 1.2 quadrillion, right, is what we've kind of just are guesstimating the amount of money that's in the world right now. So let me see if I get this right. That is currently 1 billion right there. Okay, so this is 1 quadrillion, I think. I think so. Let me just make sure. All right. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, 1 million, 1 billion, trillion, quadrillion right there. 1.2 quadrillion divided by XRP's total supply currently of 100 billion, right? But this is without taking into account any burns happening. So if you have 1.2 quadrillion onto the current supply, which is actually 99 billion, and maybe you're going to get close to something else. So you would get a 12,000 per XRP if XRP did bridge all the money, right? Considering if it was at its supply currently today. But now let's try to take into consideration the amount of transactions that would be happening a day that are bridged by XRP. And if XRP is bridging all payments, there's billions of payments, transactions that are made every single day. So what if the amount getting burned starts decreasing over time to 10 billion? What if we take out a zero, right? Because there's just so many transactions happening all the time. You get a 120,000 per XRP. And then let's say even more gets burned over time. Let's say there's even a governance proposal for the XRPL. Let's say let's say Ripple did decide to burn the escrow and whatnot, the 50 billion, the other 50 billion they have in escrow. Then that already brings it down to 50 billion XRP, right? So let's just see what 50 billion XRP would look like. That's 24,000 per XRP, right? Now let's take out another zero. Go to 1 billion XRP in circulation. You get 1 million per XRP, right? And I know that's outlandish, that you guys are like, no way that can happen, right? No way, right? I'm not saying that it is going to happen, by the way, you guys. I'm not saying that it is. I'm just saying that I feel like all of us would probably be bought out by this time anyway. Like none of us early investors are going to hodl this long unless it is being used as a global digital currency. Then why would we want to go back to fiat? Why wouldn't we just want to be using XRP for payments everywhere in the world? You can go anywhere in the world and use XRP because it would be the most liquid currency in the world, right? It's a non-sovereign to one specific country, yet every country would be able to access it. Every currency on the planet would be able to switch in and out of it, right? Use it as a bridge. So then why would you want to sell the ultimate bridge currency, right? So most of us would probably get bought out by double digits or triple digits. A lot of us would sell right then and there. And then what if it went higher over time? What if that, you know, triple digit XRP went to 4 digits, went to 5 digits, went to 6 digits, went to 7 digits, you know? And the reason why I even possibly entertain $1 million per XRP is considering how early we still are in this asset class. It's looking like it's going to take about another 5 to 10 years before we start seeing real mass adoption world utility of these types of cryptos. Sure, you'll probably see XRP at a small scale being used for payments, but that's still a small scale, right? That's still not the complete pie. That's still not all the money, right? There is a transition period in the Big Bang migration towards ISO 20022 standard, right? There is a little bit of a migration period from Swift over to the new payment system. They've already projected to be 5 years. Legendary, you're the man, my dude. Cheers to you, bro. Thanks for the $2 donation. Thanks to the 13 viewers and the 16 likes. Appreciate you. So then, you know, yeah, people may be thinking this is outlandish, dude. What are you even talking about? This is just hype. This is moon boy talk, all this stuff. I get it, guys. Every time an XRP transaction is sent, 0.401 XRP is burned and the supply is depleted, right? So then, let's see what David Schwartz has to say about XRP, right? And what he would like to see in terms of the value, right? So let me get to it because people have been liking some of my posts, so it's hard for me to find some stuff here. All right. If you need $1 million worth of XRP to make payments, the market price will be $1 million. He's talking about the per price of XRP, $1 million. The price of XRP doesn't affect anything. However, higher prices mean that same size payments will move the market less. And guys, central banks make millions of dollars of worth of payments. Like one central bank makes millions of dollars worth of payments in a single day. In a single day. You think they would want to be using millions of XRP that they custody to make those payments and send it over to another central bank? Hell no. So if you have a really high priced XRP, they only have to send very little per day. Maybe even less than 1 XRP per day because they're such greedy motherfuckers, right? So however, higher prices mean that same size payments will move the market less, making them cheaper. So the higher is better. Higher is better. Higher price for XRP is better, right? Because it will move the market less. It'll be more of a stable coin type of thing, right? And then even right here, also with XRapid, the payment originators don't hold the XRP. Intermediaries do, but we want payment originators to hold XRP because that could have a big effect on demand, right? So they want the central banks to hold XRP, right? And this is in 2017, right? So then let's go back. David Schwartz posts again. It can't be dirt cheap. That doesn't make any sense. If XRP costs $1, they need 1 million XRP, which would cost $1 million. If XRP costs $1 million, they'd need only 1 XRP, which would again cost $1 million. So except that higher prices makes payments cheaper, right now you can buy $1 million house with Bitcoins. When Bitcoins were $300, it would move the market too much and be too expensive to be practical. So higher prices, once again, higher prices makes payments cheaper. So does it seem all that outlandish? Does it seem all that crazy when you have the freaking CTO using XRP priced at $1 million as an example and saying it quite a few times, right? So I'm not trying to say XRP is going to hit that, but it makes sense that if you're going to be bridging all the value, all the money
this thing has to be at a ridiculously high price. And we don't know when they're going to stop inflating fiat. We don't know when all this, whatever they want to call it, Q&E, quantitative easing, is going to stop. We don't know if CBDCs, when CBDCs come about, what if they're fixed amounts? What if there's a fixed amount of CBDCs? What if fiat, becomes a little bit different because of CBDCs, and then you have things like the XRPL bridging all of it. And it makes sense to use one platform because you would be connected to everyone. Trusted or untrusted, you'd be connected to everyone, right? If you agree on one solo platform, right? Which we know won't be the case. There's going to be multiple distributed ledgers. There's going to be a bunch of cross-chain technology that's happening. But remember, XRPL isn't necessarily blockchain, right? Keep saying it's a DLT and whatnot. But nonetheless, I just wanted to make a point right there that we may be underestimating the price levels that XRP can reach. Now, am I going to be selling until $100? I'm going to be holding XRP, a certain portion of my XRP, forever. No matter what. It's going to be just, in case that vision of it is a global reserve currency, and it is the global world currency that's going to be used for many generations, I'm holding on to that no matter what. Now, when I hit certain price targets, when I hit $10, when I hit $100, when I hit 589, going to be taken a little off the table at each of those phases, right? But am I ever going to sell the whole thing? Hell no. Hell no. Because, man, the agony of possibly selling, you would be selling at 589, for example. Let's say 589 does happen, and you sell all of your XRP at 589, you get bought out, and then you see it go to 1,000. Then you see it in 2 years go to 10,000. Then in 5 years after that, it goes to 1 million, right? I'm just saying that 1 million per XRP isn't outlandish as a lot of people want to think it is, right? It's not that outlandish, right? Especially when the CTO is using it as an example himself. I won't say it's outlandish, right? I won't say it's impossible, unbelievable. And remember, we're forgetting to take into account that XRP deflates over time. Deflationary asset, and every transaction a certain amount of XRP gets burned, right? Nicholas M, appreciate you, man. That's good to know. Dan, the XRP, man. Exactly, man. Anything is possible. Dude, if it's more than 300 each, I should go all in. If it happens, we're among future trillionaires. I mean, legendary. If it happens, sure, we may be trillionaires, or maybe we got bought out and sold too early, right? Because I think that's where that's why it seems like, people would say, dude, that would make people so rich if it hit $1 million per. Well, it depends on when that million happens. Right? What if it does go in increment? It doesn't moonshot to 1 million. It's not going to moonshot to 1 million, I don't think. It'll probably go in steps. And in those steps, you're going to have all these psychological things going on. You're going to have probably FUD that ends up happening along the way. All these things that will just make you sell your bags more and more over time. Price getting higher and higher. Triple digits. 4 digits. You're not going to be holding till a million. Yeah, sure, maybe you'll hold a small portion, but then by that time, it's just going to be a small portion of XRP, and if it turns into $1 million per, then you're just, let's say you only hold like 50 XRP, then it's just $50 million. And who knows what $50 million is really worth in this future that we're, kind of just hypothetically talking about, speculating about. What has to be by 2025? Yeah, exactly. God knows who are... Dude, guys, the former developers, the core former developers of Bitcoin created the XRPL. Stefan Thomas, the very guy who is responsible for BTC and crypto in general even being a popular thing,
because he released a YouTube video educating people about Bitcoin in 2012, got the whole ball rolling like crazy, right? That video went viral with millions of views and started this whole obsession that we're currently in with crypto and Bitcoin. So Stefan Thomas, right? And he did re-implementations of Bitcoin, right? He transformed Satoshi's former Bitcoin, and who knows, maybe Satoshi is a group of people that does include Stefan Thomas, does include David Schwartz, does include Arthur Brito. And I understand David Schwartz and Stefan Thomas have said they discovered Bitcoin in like 2009, 2010, so it couldn't have been at the inception, guys. You never know. I'm not going to take their words for it. I'm just speculating here because these guys were core developers that transformed Bitcoin to what it is today, right? They did re-implementations. When you do a re-implementation of a blockchain, it's basically like a new creation, right? He did the JavaScript implementation of Bitcoin. David Schwartz did an implementation that made the mining process and transactions just a little bit quicker and cheaper, right? But he knew that was a dead end. Warren Paul Anderson, Arthur Brito, all these guys were core Bitcoin developers, migrated over to the XRPL and started creating XRP, right? And they even called XRP the Bitcoin 2.0 because there was just things they couldn't do with Bitcoin. They said working on Bitcoin was like trying to fix a plane in mid-flight and the engine's like blowing out, the wings are falling apart, and you're trying to tape them back together to just keep it in flight, right? That's basically what their, analogy of Bitcoin was. So it's just, yeah, it's crazy. It's just crazy to think about all the FUD and all the hate that goes towards XRP. Like, people call it, when they, when XRP was in the early days, especially in 2017, 2016, yeah, exactly. And to be back in 2012, yeah, just imagine how much Bitcoin David Schwartz and Stefan Thomas and all these early creators of these blockchains have. Like, it's insane, right? So it's just not hard to imagine that they saw the faults in Bitcoin, and Bitcoin currently at 34,000, and I understand it has a very small supply, so it kind of makes sense that it's at that high price. But remember, again, David Schwartz saying the higher the price, the better, because it allows for less swings, and especially if you're making it a global reserve currency, a global bridge asset to use and custody and hold, it makes sense that you shoot it up to a ridiculously high price and that it just stays there. It's like it has less fluctuation than the dollar, basically, because there's so much strong liquidity flowing through it that the fluctuation, it just won't even phase the price at all, right? So then you'll just, it's just crazy. It's really crazy what could, like, so many things run through my head with it, but, that's why, I've been talking about $1 million per XRP somewhat as a joke, but also kind of seriously, because you've already seen the CTO talk about it, and he keeps saying, he said it, he came out of his way to say high price the better twice, right? The higher the price, the better for the platform, right? And he's used examples of $1 million, and it was in times where people didn't even really know what XRP was in 2017, right? And it's now clear how Interledger will connect the world's payment systems, driving the Internet of Value. Insane, man. And so with Interledger Protocol, now we start spreading out into other blockchains, right? We start spreading out into other cryptos. And from what we remember, Greg Osuri from Akash, which we love, is a great project. Akash being built on top of Tendermint, the Cosmos SDK, using IBC. He said himself, because Akash is partnered with Interledger Protocol and Coil, he says the applications that are built on top of Interledger are going to be the winners in this space. So Akash partnered with Interledger Protocol, decentralized cloud platform, probably going to be a winner in this space. We'll just have to see. It's no guarantee for any of this, right? Anything part of the Hyperledger consortium probably going to be a winner in the space. So that includes Ethereum, ADA, right? XRP, XLM, Solana, you know, a bunch of other cryptos that are part of the Hyperledger consortium. Cosmos SDK, Cosmos ecosystem coins, Kava, Akash, Iris, Osmosis, anything that's IBC enabled right now is probably going to be interconnected with the ILP, Interledger Protocol. So they probably are going to be winners in the space. DOT is probably going to be a winner in the space because of their collaborations with the Blockchain Service Network, which consequentially is involved with the Cosmos SDK. Blockchain Service Network has deep integrations with IrisNet and the Cosmos SDK. So DOT, part of the Blockchain Service Network. Tezos, part of the Blockchain Service Network. Solana, part of the Blockchain Service Network. Ethereum, EOS, part of the Blockchain Service Network. So they're going to probably be winners in the space as well. Chainlink, major, and the leader in decentralized oracles, providing decentralized oracle price data to the Blockchain Service Network, connected with Iris as well, and IRITA, and connected to a ton of other blockchains in this space. Probably going to be a winner as well, right? So the ILP is no joke. Interledger Protocol, there's no competition to it. You can bring up Quant and Overledger. Quant is also collaborating with the Hyperledger Consortium, so most likely they're being used in tandem with Interledger Protocol. So Overledger, IBC, Interledger Protocol, you name it, the World Wire, all these are going to probably be collaborating with each other in some extreme way in this Internet of Value, right? And they'll all have their own respective price valuations, but are they going to be global reserve bridge currencies? That's up to debate, right? But their blockchains will probably be very useful, and they'll probably have pretty high valuation and prices, but probably deal with some volatility like you do with stocks, for example. Yep, exactly, Funky Fresh XRP. I remember that. He says it at the end of that video. He says, so basically XRP is the only enterprise-ready solution that's out there. I disagree with the only enterprise-ready solution. It depends on what it is. Is it enterprise-ready blockchain? Because remember, XRP is more than a blockchain, right? So maybe enterprise-ready in terms of a digital currency, in terms of a ledger that's used for payments, right? Now, in terms of a ledger that's used for smart contracts, you know, that's why you have Flare. That's why you have the Cosmos ecosystem. That's why you got Polkadot. That's why you got a bunch of other involvements in the Hyperledger Consortium. But in terms of enterprise ready as a currency, definitely XRP. Didn't get in until late 2017. I hear you, man. I got in at late 2016, and then, yeah, my friend created a monster when he told me about Bitcoin, that's for sure. Ralph Cooper, cheers to you, my man. Great stream tonight, G. Very forward thinking. Legendary, man. Shout out to you, brother. Thanks for your support, as always. Happy Monday equals the finish line in Gematria. Dude, no way. I love that. I love that you found that, Crypto to the Moon, bro. That's awesome, my man. What the heck is this? I love that, man. Because, yeah, didn't they post something about Happy Monday just recently? And, like, you know, people think that David Schwartz has some connection with BG123 or, you know, maybe possibly with Baba, right? So we're seeing a message to all my followers. Yes, even you. And remember, there's some merit to this because, well, here Baba's saying, what is the statistical possibility that this was tweeted 5 days before Beach Sand, Everything Will Be Okay, right? By Howard Moon, right? And then right here, a message to all my followers, yes, even you, right? And we all know the importance of the sun and the Riddler stuff. This gets really highly speculative. But David Schwartz did also warn people at the height of where XRP was at its peak at 193 to sell, right? Remember, he did give that warning to sell, and a lot of people hated him. They hated him for it, for posting at that time, thinking that he was manipulating the price of XRP with his posts. And the reason it was going bearish is because of what he said in his post. But really, what we saw was the whole market went bearish, not just XRP, right? And we would be sitting, if all of us took his advice and cashed out all of our crypto at that point, at that peak, we would be buying back in big time, right? So very interesting. Oh, look at this. Does this say oh, it says I love you, but I was going to think IOV as well. IOV possibly. But yeah, once again, drawings in the sand right here from Mr. Pool. And then right here, drawing in the sand, I love you. Right? Oh, it's with rocks though, but yeah, it's still. So he also posted something about Happy Mondays, because I even thought that was very interesting that Brad Garlinghouse would start doing these posts of Happy Monday, Happy Monday. So maybe Brad Garlinghouse was setting it up for David Schwartz to do this type of tweet. Saying, see, Brad Garlinghouse, Happy Monday is not a thing. Stop trying to make it a thing. Right? And then he posts this funny joke, this funny video from this lady, right? It's just so many interesting things that are going on with this company, with Ripple, with XRP, more so than any other crypto in the space. You really don't get this type of stuff, or theatrics, if you will, coming from other cryptocurrencies like Hbar, Solana. And I love these cryptos, by the way. I love Hbar, love Solana, still hold them, love Algorand, love Tezos. I still hold all these cryptos, you guys, because I like having a diverse portfolio. But definitely a majority of my portfolio is in XRP. But I just can't put it in myself to be all in XRP, even though I think it would make me extremely profitable. And I have very little doubt about the capabilities of what XRP can do in the future. And the most confidence in it compared to all the other cryptos out there. But, you know, here we like to just try to find what are going to be the real boats that are going to be able to pass that filter of mass adoption, that filter of regulation, right? And it's going to be the ones possibly connected with the Interledger Protocol, IBC, Inter-Blockchain Communication Layer, right? And I think I showed you guys this before, right? With the connection of IBC to Interledger Protocol. I know I've showed you guys this one, right? At the ILP Summit right here. Sunny Agrawal, the creator of Osmosis Zone, presenting at ILP Summit for Interledger Protocol. And right here in the very first slide of this, sponsored by Coil and Spring, right? Look at that. ILP plus IBC equals heart, equals the ideal internet of value, right? Because they complement each other very, very well. So this guy presenting right in front of Stefan Thomas. Stefan Thomas is right here, front row and center. Ben Sherifin, creator, also co-creator of ILP and Coil, right there, front and center, listening intently to this dude. And you know who else presented at these ILPs? Flare Networks. You know who else presented at this ILP summit? Kava, right? Cosmos. And Stronghold. Stronghold, SHX, is another one to keep an eye out for that a lot of people sleep on. SHX, right? Stronghold token. A lot of people sleep on this one. Massive gains in the year already for where it shot up to. This used to be in the 000 range. Now it looks like it's finding a floor at a penny. And don't be surprised if this one starts taking off again. This crypto is in such early days, but partnered with Coil, collaborations with IBM, built on the Stellar ecosystems, the Stellar Ledger, right? And so yeah, I brought up Iris because I think it's also another major sleeper that nobody talks about, nobody gives any kudos to, but I think has just such tremendous upside and possibilities to it. It plays such a big part in that IBC realm
Like, because at the inception of IBC, the cryptos that were there at the inception of IBC were Cosmos and Iris, right? They're like brothers and sisters, and I feel like Iris was created to be like the Cosmos representation in China. It's like they almost had to create their own thing because, you know, China is China. It's the way that it is. It's just separate from the whole world. So they have like an BSN international hub, and then they have BSN China, and they're connected through the IBC inter blockchain communication layer. Gonna probably be connected through Interledger protocol as well, because they already have Hyperledger involved with blockchain service network and whatnot. So I love XRP, don't get me wrong. We just talked about XRP being possibly $1 million, so don't think I hate on XRP, but a lot of these cryptos, we're just trying to find these other real boats that nobody talks about and you know, nobody gives any respect to, and then just kind of try to give them a shout out because they're building on top of the Interledger protocol. Oh, another interesting thing, since you're bringing up a logo, and guys, we're going to be almost done here. We're going to go for like 20 more minutes though, so don't leave just yet, y'all. But I want to show you guys this really quick because Cosmos logo was in The Simpsons. I mean, the Cosmos logo is just like an atom, right? Like but I hear you. It probably was in The Simpsons. But check this out. This is going to flip you guys out with Iris, right? Oh, yeah. Check this out in terms of XRP and the Riddlers. This was released by the European Central Bank. Our monetary policy continues to support the economy. And look at this. Huh. Look at Bearable Guy. And the arm. The way the arm is too. And hold one hand holding the telescope. And looking to the right. Crazy, man. Crazy. Right? And then look at this. These 3 books right here. Some people think ledgers and things like that. They interpret it as ledgers. 3 things right here as well. Right? Attractive funding for banks, asset purchase programs, low interest rates. There's holes on the ship right here. These 3 holes. Holes on the ship right here as well. Right? So that's some crazy stuff. Highly speculative, of course. Very, very speculative. But check out Iris. Did you guys know that Siri is Iris backwards? And then if you look at the logo, look at the shift from blue color to this pink purplish color at the top. So pink purple at the top, degradation to blue right here at the bottom. Maybe red, I guess you can say, and it makes purple with blue. And then look at Iris. Blue at the bottom, gradient towards red at the top. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy, right? And Siri is Iris backwards. I don't know. I want to know what you guys think. Am I just reaching too far here? But like, come on, man. We can at least agree that it goes from blue to red right here, from bottom left to top right. Bottom left to top right there. And the word Siri is Iris backwards. Like, that's insane, right? And they do like talking backwards, right? Oh yeah, Hydrogen. Shout out to the Hydro community. Hydrogen posted some stuff. In this new post, we examine the potential impact of virtual card payments in the $3.8 trillion healthcare market. Hydrogen doing its thing. Grateful Dead and Too Short are launching NFTs on VCCES live using Hedera Hashgraph right here. And then now XFi, experimental finance with Flare Finance, their advertisement as well for it. Crazy stuff, man. All these little tricks that they're trying to do, man. They just don't want us to get some of these cryptos, that's for sure.
You sure haven't. Okay. Eric Jenkins, I'm reaching? No way. How am I reaching on the... Tell me how I'm reaching on Iris and Siri right there, man. I mean, I understand how I am, but like... That is... I don't know. You guys don't see how close that is? Like, for real? Like, look at this. Blue... Gradation, purple in the middle to red top right. Lower left. And then you have this little symbol in the middle. You have this symbol kind of going in different directions in the middle here. Blue to the top left. Siri backwards is Iris. I mean... And you have Iris. And Iris isn't like an S coin, by the way. It isn't like some S coin. The deep dive we'll be doing on Iris will definitely demonstrate that it's not just some S coin. A little preview. They created this thing called Irita. Right? Enterprise level product built with Cosmos Iris SDK. Chosen, IrisNet, Irita, chosen by the blockchain service network to support the Cosmos ecosystem. Right? Big time China. State Information Center of China is basically owned by PBOC. Everything here is owned by the People's Bank of China. One of their core developers on IrisNet was a consultant for the People's Bank of China CBDC firm. Right? Their CBDC research firm. So IrisNet is definitely more than what maybe people may be perceiving it to be. Especially with that price. Right? And they have connections with Interledger Protocol. And Corda. And Hyperledger. Right? Life is too short, yeah. Not saying there's something to it. Okay. These conspiracy yeah, I do say that they're very highly speculative. Well, purple also can mean Phoenix, but it could also mean royalty. Purple can also mean royalty, right? IrisNet equals 95. That's how many original Ripple employees. Interesting. Maybe time will tell. Exactly. I see what you're saying. And guys, I'm not investing in Iris just because of this little connection here, by the way. I just think it's very interesting, right? It was kind of like it blew my mind when I saw that, at least, or I thought Iris is backwards from Siri, you know. And then, yeah, this, and it's funny because, like, I don't even really try to make these arguments. Like, it just kind of comes, like, when I saw this post, you know, from the ECB and I saw this slide, I was like, huh, that's funny. That looks like Bearable Guy's freaking ship, right? It didn't really take me, like, going, like, oh, man, like, what is this? I have to look, like, I don't know. It just kind of, like, came easy because, like, I've already been exposed to this image and kind of remember it. So then, next thing you know, we just see that here. Right? But once again, it's very heavily speculative. And guys, check this out, dude. Check out AWS's servers terms, and I'll share the link with you guys. This is going to blow you guys away. Check this out. It's got some people trying to figure out if this is real or not. But if you go to 4210 in the terms... Check this out. So, acceptable use, safety critical systems, your use of the lumberyard materials may comply with AWS acceptable use policy. The lumberyard materials are not intended for use with life critical or safety critical systems, such as use in operation of medical equipment, automated transportation systems, autonomous vehicles, aircraft or air traffic control, nuclear facilities, manned spacecraft, or military use in connection with live combat. However, this restriction will not apply in event of the occurrence certified by the United States Center of Disease Control or successor body of a widespread viral infection transmitted via bites or contact with bodily fluids that causes human corpses to reanimate and to consume living human flesh, blood, brain, or nerve tissue, and is likely to result in the fall of organized civilization. Like, what? Are you kidding? Are you kidding, right? Hell, Mr. Poole even sharing this. I don't know what this means really for Mr. Poole. That would be freaking frightening as hell. What date did he post this on? Oh gosh. But yeah, that's an interesting thing there. Just out of nowhere in their terms of service, right? Just in case a zombie breakout happens, we're not accountable, and according to the United States Health Authority as well, we're not accountable. Interesting stuff. BirdDog45, shout out to you. Cheers to you. That was a kick in the butt, right? Purple also represents the meaning of wealth, extravagance, creativity, wisdom, dignity, grandeur, devotion, peace, pride, mystery, independence, and magic. Okay, I like that. It does look like BG's ship, right? It does. Right? I mean, of course we do a little bit of reaching here, but like, I just see the parallels, that's all. Like, they're looking in the same direction. They're both holding it with one arm. They both have a freaking little telescope for something they don't really need to look too far away on, since it's connected to their ship, by the way. But yeah, and then some people have even speculated this crowned person, because they're in blue, is the ECB, right? You got them making this post right here. But yeah, anyways, guys, you know, I'm not trying to get too crazy with this stuff and anything. I'm not trying to scare anybody or anything like that. It's stuff that I find kind of amusing and funny and things like that. And, you know, just like speculating on and sharing with the Blue Crew, because I know sometimes you guys dig that type of stuff. And I understand sometimes it's a little bit too out there to go along for the ride. And I get that. By the way, dude, this opening ceremony was insane. Those are all drones. Crazy, dude. Like, holy cow. I don't know if you guys ever saw the movie Spider-Man Far From Home, but in that movie, this guy named Mysterio uses his drones as a distraction, or like as a illusion to Spider-Man, and makes him think that you know, it's a real big monster, a big threat, right? I'm probably gonna get copyright stuff from this, so I'm gonna try to do like super slow-mo on this so I'm not screwed. Okay. Whoa, almost got screwed right there. Super slow-mo. Alright, so he sees this monster in the distance, right? And he's flying at it. And then next thing you know, he hits like the visual barrier. And right here, you see all these drones flying inside of this monster that are projecting the parts of the monster. And so Spider-Man starts fighting all these drones, right? I wonder if we get to see the monster from the outside, because it's pretty cool. But yeah, Spider-Man starts taking out these drones. Mysterio starts to get scared as hell and whatever. And then all of a sudden the illusion starts to break and the monster ends up dying, right? Because Spider-Man has like killed enough of the drones, enough of the connections, right? So I thought that was really interesting. And once again, drones being used again from a bad guy in a movie, which is interesting. Mr. Robotnik in Sonic. Another kind of mad scientist man, right? Check this out. Let me see if we can see his drones really quick. There they are. So these drones come on out, and he uses them against Spider-Man, the bad guy, right? And they have XRP logos on them, which is funny. They got X's across this like red retina right here. And then they go out and hunt Sonic, right? Right here's the XRP logo on the drone. Our subliminals picking it up, right? But yeah, sorry if it got so speculative here, you guys. It's just yeah, that's what comes along with crypto and beer, I suppose. Cheers to you, Bird Dog. X marks the spot. Exactly. Guys, thanks for the 26 likes, the 19 viewers. Thanks for your support, everybody. Much love to the Blue Crew. And yeah, there's plenty of stuff like that in our modern day cinema, guys. And I'm not going to be, you know, I'm not sure these might be reaching, but remember, these producers, these studios still work with government in a certain way. Like these major studios, it's been proof since the blacklist days in the 1950s and the MacArthur era, they would use media and the film business, the film studios, to create these films that would have stars like John Wayne or whatever, you know, and they would use these movies as propaganda to the masses to get them thinking in a certain way or to prepare them for certain things that would be coming, right? So now we're talking about modern day, and we have, you know, once again, oligopoly of just handful of major studios that are all connected, right? Disney being a major big one. And, you know, they spend millions upon millions of dollars on each and every frame of those movies, right? To make sure that they have the things in there that they want to be spoken about, right? That they want to be communicated. A really good channel if you guys like this type of stuff, if you guys like what I'm talking about, and I know it's not very crypto related, but I do think it has some correlations with crypto because we are going into a more contactless payment society, right? And we've already been seeing movies from the past that would foreshadow a future with contactless payments, right? And that's just a small bit. You would be blown away by what you would see, right? So I think it has correlations with digital currencies and cryptos because they do try to, you know, get people prepared for, you know, even in advertisements to make you already think, why do you need to use cash? Why, like, it's not even safe now. It could be carrying a disease on the dollar bill or on the cash or on the paper. Just make a biometric payment. In the future, your identity is the payment, as NTT Data would say, right? But this guy, Enter the Stars, if you guys don't know Enter the Stars, amazing YouTube channel that is just mind-blowing in terms of the media and, you know, even pop culture references that he finds in this stuff. And it's just always very informative, always well-researched, and really cool stuff, man. Like, he brought up how Frozen, the movie Frozen, was prepping us for 2020 and things like that, the lockdowns, being shut out and things like that. Hell, he talks about the movie Infinite that just came out as well. He goes really deep into a lot of these, like, into a lot of media and, you know, kind of getting the other message. Because they love putting the glaze of comedy and humor and, you know, kind of good-looking actors on there. So you're just distracted by those elements and then not really the underlying subtext of these things. Cryptoholic, man, cheers to you. Thanks for the $5 donation, man. Yeah, and they don't speak to each other in words. They speak, the powerful people out there don't speak to each other in words. And if they do, it's code. It's a code word. They speak to each other in symbols. Just heard today on another podcast, the lockdown was caused to stop the crypto from blowing up too soon. Cryptoholic, maybe, my man. Calculon, what's up, my dude? How you doing, dude? Yeah, the CIA gave tips for 007. Exactly. I know, right? Let's get weird and freaking connect the dots. Full moon night. Oh, well, you know what's funny, too? You think that these powerful people don't respect astrology? How convenient is it that the Tokyo Olympics began on a full moon? Right? July 23rd. It was a full moon that day. And if you saw the opening ceremony is like a ritual. Like some really massive ritual, right? And some funny things, actually. The in-call fight. I think this one is interesting. Let me see if I can see it. Ah, damn, I can't find it just yet. But the tower at the opening ceremony that they had, that they lit the torch on, that tower looks like a lot like this tower in this graphic novel called The Inkall. And the interesting thing with this series, this graphic novel series, is this guy used to be a filmmaker, but then he was basically blacklisted from the Hollywood community. He was just he didn't play by the rules of the studios, and the studios basically just made sure he would never get mainstream work again. But he has such a big following independently that he can still thrive, but they just never even gave him a chance to be a mainstream filmmaker ever. Yeah, dude, Enter the Stars is amazing, bro. Enter the Stars is really nice. All of the ancient buildings are aligned with the stars. Interesting. Whose channel was that again? Enter the Stars. That's all you have to do is type down Enter the Stars. He gets really in depth with a lot of this stuff. I would probably start maybe in his early videos or stuff like that, or some of his shorter form videos, just to get a taste of the stuff. Like right now, he's been on this kick with Seinfeld and this episode called The Ribbon. And basically how it's like a metaphor for group, gang and herd mentality on I don't know if I could say it, but on a certain, the jab in the arm. That's what I'm just going to say. Our jab in the arm that a lot of people have gotten. And this episode is very much about the whole stance is you have to wear the ribbon. You have to wear the ribbon. How dare you not wear the ribbon? Are you not supporting the cause? Are you not supporting us? You have to wear the ribbon. And basically this gang beats him up. They beat him up for not being part of the herd. Right? And that's kind of what some people are dealing with right now. Their intelligence or even their personality. A lot of people, we live in a world of Karens right now where a lot of people are just super intense and sensitive and super serious about having to do this one specific thing. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. And they're super intense about it because they get really pissed at people who aren't doing it. And I'm not an anti that person. I'm just patient. I'm just going to stay in my lockdown space. I'm going to let this thing ride along until they can produce a better, more informed version of it. There are going to be more releases. They've already hinted that people who've already gotten the jab in the arm are going to probably have to get one next year of a new variant of the freaking thing, right? So I'm just going to be patient and then just wait until they finally have the for sure thing that is guaranteed for you to not do it. But that's my own personal choice. Now I'll probably get attacked by maybe some people in here or not for not doing it, and how I'm an idiot, and maybe you guys don't want to follow me again or subscribe or anything. I understand, but just understand and kind of reflect of how intense and how serious you guys are in trying to control what I do with my life, right? In trying to influence me to change my mind on a decision that I personally have made, right? That's why I tell you guys, I'll never tell you what to do, right? I tell you guys, I'll never tell you what to do because I respect you guys as adults. I assume there's adults watching this. I don't know if there are, but, I do put that this type of material is not meant for kids. So I respect your decisions as adults. And if it doesn't seem like it makes sense to me, sure, I may vocalize it, but that doesn't mean you have to stop. Right? That doesn't mean you have to stop doing what you're doing because of me or anything like that. So
Diesel Hound in the house. What's up, Diesel Hound? Good to see you, my man. Yeah, I mean, everybody has their own reasons of why they do and don't, and it should be respected equally. It should be respected equally. It shouldn't be this freaking herd mentality where you basically belittle your fellow man for making their own personal decision with their own life, right? Bones TEP, man, shout out to you. Cheers to you, my man. Thanks for the $10 donation. Oh, Crypto Whale Watcher, shout out to you, my man. Guys, I know we kind of derived a little bit away from crypto, but in a way, this is all connected to crypto. Because we're talking about the future of digital currency, and digital currency is going to be ubiquitous. Microtransactions are going to be a thing, and ubiquitous payments are going to be a thing, right? And your identity, biometric transactions are going to be a thing. You already have Whole Foods. If you guys don't believe me, I mean, already in Whole Foods, you can pay with the palm of your hand. You can scan your palm for the payment, right? They already got the tap card because people are afraid of like inserting their card and having to touch the machine, so they just rather tap and whatnot. But even that, they don't want to tap. They don't want to touch the machine whatsoever, right? So now it goes into biometric, and then eventually they, you know, you can just walk in and out of a store with an item and the payment's already going to be charged to you, right? Like, bye-bye cashiers, right? I mean, it's going to probably be a good bit of time until this fully contactless payments, you don't even have to interact with another person type of payments comes along. But it's happening, right? It's happening. And so now just imagine when you have people making ubiquitous payments, the modern financial system isn't going to help this. The modern financial system isn't going to be able to keep up with all those machine-to-machine payments that are going to be happening. It needs to evolve to this internet of value. The modern payments, or the traditional financial payment system right now, needs to take the next step and migrate over to the internet like a lot of us already have. We've already been slowly migrating more and more into this virtual space, into the virtual world. The VR is only getting more complex. Hell, eventually we'll only need to wear VR glasses that are super light, that don't have to encapsulate your whole face, even though I'm sure that there's still going to be some of those things. But you'll be able to have these like glasses that let you see augmented reality, right? Let you see the reality the way you want to see it, right? Like, what if, you know how you already have filters when you take selfies, like beauty filters and cool trippy type of filters? Now imagine when you have certain glasses on that you can just like think or tell it to, or because of the way your eye is focusing, you can select certain things in a menu, select a certain filter of the way you want to perceive life. What if you want to see life in black and white? What if you want to see trails in life, like a cool little augmented reality? What if you want to see like a 3D freaking thing, you know, like actually see a Pokemon standing in front of you while you're wearing these glasses, and you just do things like you're catching it and stuff like that? Like, this is the type of future we're going into, right? Now, do we want to participate in that? Do we want to be involved? You know, to each his own, right? To each his own. But a majority of people are obsessed with entertainment in all forms, and it's only progressing more and more in that direction. Of course, what we do individually is our own choice, but it just seems like it's going in that direction, right? You already got TikTok culture, right? And it's unbelievable that you have so many people so obsessed with social media. So it just makes sense that you eventually get to a point where you know, they're going to give you these illusions of choice, like see reality the way you want to see it. See this movie the way you want to see this movie. Like, they'll give you
feeling of freedom and choice and how you get to create your own reality, but it's all monitored. It's all it's all being funneled through ISO 20022, any payments that are being made, right? Hell, man, pretty soon you'll be able to scan 3D devices. Like, I'll be able to scan this beer can on my phone, create a 3D rendering of this beer can, and then do a 3D printout in my house, because 3D printers will probably be like the new microwaves in people's household, and you'll just be able to 3D print the render of this this beer can. I mean, I don't know why you would do it. It would probably be waste of 3D printing tech because it wouldn't be a full beer. But hell, man, imagine if they could do 3D printing of food because they find this sort of soy protein that can replicate certain flavors of foods and things like that, right? No, not the beer too. That would be crazy if they can do the liquid in there. Maybe they do the liquid in there, but at a cost. Maybe it costs some money to be able to do things like that. Who knows? I mean, my imagination can only go so far. You know what I'm saying? Oh, no way, Legendary. Wow. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to talk too much about that stuff because I know it's a really kind of... It's just crazy how very, very sensitive people are right now, and how much they get lost in the moment and get really high about certain things and get really low about certain things. And I think kind of just trying to keep a level head, trying to be a patient freaking person, and do things on your own account, not just the peer pressure. Doing it because you feel it is the right choice for yourself, not because of peer pressure. You know, that's the tough part, man. That's where really it separates the wolves from the sheep, right? Is being able to make your own informed decision and lived on your, you know, feeling like you are doing things for yourself and doing it not for... I mean, as much as I love other people, as much as I love my parents and my loved ones, and I would do things for them, but certain things that has to, you know, it's always ultimately your choice, right? It's always ultimately the choice of the individual. And in terms of investments, that's exactly what it is, right? Good times with the Blue Crew, man. Love talking with you guys. Guys, thanks for the 27 likes, the 19 viewers. You guys are amazing, man. My own family is old and sensitive. I hear you. Dude, I've gotten so many, like, not arguments, but debates, and then I just end up saying, like, can you just respect my choice? At least, like, I understand, like, you know, if I sound like an idiot, I understand if you perceive me that way, and I'm sorry if you perceive me that way just because of this one instance. But, you know, it's just my own personal choice. I hope you can respect that in the same way that I respect your choice, you know? It's like... It's crazy, dude. It's crazy. Wow. Yeah, that's the thing, too, for work. It'll get more intense. It'll be for work. It'll be for other things. Yeah. Surfing crypto. I hear you. I hear you, man. I hear you. But the same thing with, like, you know, trying to bring it back to crypto here and things like that is like, it makes sense that crypto and blockchain technology would be behind a lot of this stuff. Because right now, currently, the way it seems they're trying to set up this future is to have this type of technology that has an ultimate proof that's not immutable, and that everybody can agree by that, hey, the math is the math. The cryptography is the cryptography. It's not being influenced by anybody or manipulated by anybody. So that's the truth. That's right there. We're going to put all of our trust into this mathematics, these computers, and trust their data, basically, because it'll root everything to the beginning, right? It'll go back to the very first transaction or the very first smart contract exchange or whatever, right? We already had instances of voter fraud, and now blockchain technology, most likely in the next election or the next one after that, I honestly believe it'll be in the next election, you're going to have the ultimate proof backed by blockchain technology. Some people have even rumored or speculated that this previous election already had blockchain technology backed by it. We'll see. I think it's going to be the next one, personally, because right now we're in an education cycle where people are getting educated on NFTs. They're getting educated on the source of, like, because voting ballots will become like NFTs, basically, right? Because they're going to be attached to a certain blockchain, and you'll be able to prove that that is an authentic vote. It's from that person at that date and time. This is when it was done, right? You have supply chain, in terms of supply chain records, of being able to trace where the product came from step by step. Healthcare, same thing. Medical records, like so many of these things, blockchain's going to be underneath it. And especially, you know, when you're talking about payments, machine-to-machine payments, sometimes a machine-to-machine transaction is a transaction of information. It's not a transaction of like a currency or whatnot. It's a transaction of information. And in those transactions, you're going to probably have blockchain and distributed ledger technology attached to it to provide the immutable truth, right? They took her job. XR Pacific, what's up, my man? Good to see you. Yeah, guys, I didn't mean to go down in this direction. I know a lot of people have strong opinions in either direction about it. Just for me, it's like, guys, let's not forget to love each other despite these types of, you know, it's not like a decision that's, some people will say these are decisions that are hurting people. I understand that. But, you know, can we just learn to love each other and, you know, do what you guys want to do at the end of the day? I'm just telling you guys what I'm doing. So, it's just, people take it really, really seriously. Very, very seriously, to the point that they hurt each other over it, which is kind of counter what it seems like, right? Oh, Gala getting close to 2 cents. Nice. Let's check out Gala's thing. Let's go back into looking at some of these charts, you guys. Appreciate you tuning in. Let me check a message really quick. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, so Gala hitting an overhead resistance right here on the weekly. Let's look at the daily. I think it hit our target that we were looking at. It hit the top of this channel a lot sooner than we thought. We thought it would go sideways for a bit. But it decided to pivot towards the upside. It could still do this, by the way. It could still do it. We'll see what ends up happening. But yeah, good to see this type of movement coming from Gala just recently and closing above previous areas of resistance, which is a really good sign, man. That Spider Tank's release, or just in really good timing with the market move, kind of helped it push it across this overhead resistance right here. Hopefully it doesn't go below it again. Wouldn't be surprised if it does, but you know, I like seeing this movement, this progressive bullish movement that's coming in for Gala. Still looking pretty good on the charts right here. And you're seeing increase in buying pressure, decrease in selling pressure. Gotta love it right there for Gala Games, man. Hopefully it starts making its next big move pretty soon. But, you know, the future is very bright for this community, man. Just once they start cranking out these games onto their platform, you have Miranda's, Spider Tanks, Echoes of the Empire, the 17 other games that they have in development coming out, and that's not even including the NFTs that they have in collaborations with Frank Miller and possibly some other artists down the line. That the collaboration with Concept Art House, really loving the future here for Gala. And for me, this is a super long-term hodl. You got Flare Networks that has some really big plans going on for Gala as well. So yeah, looking forward to, you know, what could be done on the Gala Games ecosystem. And they're building one hell of community and really showing out. Like that Spider Tanks game, I really wish I could play it more. And I just can't wait for the release of that game, because it's actually a game that I would like to play to support Gala versus Townstar. Townstar, sure, it's fun to, you know, people who like that type of game. I'm not going to say it's, you know, it's a terrible game. It's not. It's actually really smooth and really well done. But it's not the type of game that I'm really into. Like I'm looking forward to Mirandus, looking forward to Echoes of the Empire, really looking forward to Spider Tanks, because that's more my style of the game. I like they have a first person shooter that's going to be coming out. I like that type of game as well. So I'm really excited for the future of play to earn gaming, and what could be coming across from it for being an early supporter of the Gala Games ecosystem, running a Gala node. Yep, exactly. Gala on FLR and Flare Networks. Hugo Philion has said they have plans. They love what Gala is doing with that ecosystem, and they really want to embrace the NFT marketplace that Gala is building, and really make it, get involved with Flare. And who knows? What if Gala node owners start getting rewards not only in pack in the future and these in-game currencies in the futures and NFTs in the future, but what if you start getting Songbird airdrop, or not airdrop, Songbird, rewards, or FLR rewards? Like, crazy stuff, man. Wax has amazing NFT games. Okay, hell yeah, Nicholas M. Thoughts on Olympus Finance? Crazy APY. Gala hooked me up with a couple NFTs. Nice to hear that, Bird Dog 45. I love it when you get like a random NFT for running the node, for sure. I need to look more into Olympus Finance, but one crypto YouTuber that I like brought it up just recently. I still got to check out that video and look into it a little bit more, but I have heard of I just haven't looked into it too deeply. Ralph Cooper, you're hilarious, dude. Exactly, man. Stand up for what you believe in. Exactly. And just respect the opinion of other people, man. Like, it's to each his own. Live and let live, right? Yeah, sometimes you really care what another person is doing, but if you care so much to the point where you literally destroy your relationship with them, or you really end up hurting them emotionally because of your belief or what you're doing, then it's something to kind of reflect on yourself and say, maybe this isn't the best way about approaching it, right? Maybe if it's causing me to harm other people to do it, maybe that doesn't sound like the best way of doing it, right? Maybe there just needs to be better education. Maybe there needs to be better information. And that's also something that blockchain and crypto may help with too, is where, you're going to have probably better social media platforms and better news platforms where we don't have to worry about what is fake news and what is real news anymore, because we'll have a freaking computer algorithm that can take us to the root of that news source. Cheers to the Blue Crew. You guys are amazing, man. Shout out to all of y'all, by the way. Much love. Okay, so actually, I'm thinking about staying on for a good bit. Thinking maybe another hour or so. So, how about, guys, we regroup in if you guys can give me 10 minutes, I'll just have the music playing on in the background. I'll put it up. I'll put it onto the fiat leak, or I can leave it on these charts if you guys want. Actually, that's what I'll do. I'll leave it on these charts for market cap. And you guys can just be checking it out in the background. If you guys are going to be sticking around, I'm just going to take a quick 10-minute break, and then I'll be right back, and we'll just continue on, and we'll just keep it crypto focused. We got some other stuff that we can look over on, the posts that I have, and some news, and then we can also look at way more charts than we did in this stream. So, yeah. Cheers to y'all. I'm going to finish this beer right here. Cheers to y'all. Thank you guys so much. I'll be right back. Thank you guys so much for your support, and much love to the Blue Crew. I'll see you guys very soon. I'm going to put the music on, keep it in the background, and keep it on these charts so you guys can see. I'm going to X out the camera. Okay, I'll see you guys very soon. Actually, let's get some better music on here. Let's get the our day stream type of music on here. You guys are amazing, by the way, guys. Thanks for the almost 30 likes on the stream. Always good hanging out with the Blue Crew, talking crypto, talking life, talking all this stuff. Really fun crypto and beer stream. Just going to take a little 10-minute break, and then I'll be right back. Alrighty, let's do this. I'll see you guys very soon. Alright, we're back. We're back. Okay. Oh, wait. There we go. Alright, what's up, guys? Let's see who's back here. Any crypto linked to gold or silver? Algorand is linked to gold. XRP is linked to gold. I mean, not in terms of price, not directly linked. You can get universal AUX on Uphold, and that's directly connected to the price of gold. Just catching up with the chat here. Each coin, CGT, each coin is backed by 1 karat gold. GSX is linked to gold and mines. Yeah, that's connected with Apollo though, right? GSX. Yeah, Apollo's an interesting project, man. That one's a divisive one. That one's a hard one to figure out if it's a real boat or not. It's kind of hard to figure out. Tell looks happy right now, dude. I'm happy we were talking about this pivot because we did do a Tell chart that we were saying this is the time to buy Tell when other people are freaking scared as hell. It even hit our bottom right there. It hit the bottom of the trend and bounced up towards the upside, hitting resistance now at this point. Like we kind of expected, right? But if it can break past here, I mean, you got close to the target of our 39% target right here. But yeah, let's remove all this. But yeah, we like that pivot that was going on for Tell. Being greedy when others were fearful, seeing that it was oversold, right? Going from the bottom to the top. Seeing Telcoin was around that 78.6 range. We were waiting for that pivot as well. Now is it going to pivot or continue its pivot towards the upside? And if so, you're talking about, possible journey back up to the 6 cent range again for Tel, but maybe even long term. Like, let's say if we're still in a kind of bearish trend, we would probably get a relief pivot, perhaps maybe up to 3 cents, or perhaps even up to here at 2.4, and then start getting a little bit of a retracement, but hopefully creating a higher low. I really hope we're starting to get into the area of creating higher lows for these cryptos. I really hope, because like we've been, especially here with Tel, since May, June, July, like just 2.5 months of bearish pressure towards the downside. Now, Tel did, kind of get to where it's at in very short order, just all within 2021. Tel shot up that quick. And I remember, man, people were talking to me about Tel and the Blue Crew like hell. I've missed out on some cryptos for sure, you guys. Like, Render in its very early days. I remember somebody in 2019 telling me about RNDR. And then HOT and BTT. Those types of cryptos I definitely missed out on, but I'm not chasing pumps, right? And now I do have opportunities to buy in those cryptos again, or maybe at least had opportunities for some of them. But now maybe they're starting to pivot back up, and I just don't like chasing green. When I see green, that doesn't make me want to buy. It makes me want to enjoy either taking possibly profits in my Tradle portfolio, or to just be happy about, some activity happening for my crypto that's getting closer to the targets that I'm looking for, right? But here, with Tel, it was just so oversold. I'm not even a really big Tel guy, to tell you the truth. I'm no pun intended. But you know, I know a lot of people in the community are, and hell, I loved TEL at this point. I was getting bullish over TEL. I don't care what the project's doing. The chart just looked really good. And we got that short-term pivot. This is the time to, you know, there's a reason people are taking profits at this range, because you already kind of got your 3-bar play. That'll, you know, it's kind of a thing that people would say, like, you know, if you see a pump right here, maybe in the next 2 candles, you see a little bit of a continuation of that pump. And we certainly did here in the next 3, maybe 4 candles for TEL. But people probably started selling. You can already tell there was selling pressure right here from this green candle. And then next thing you know, you got that following green candle. You got another following green candle. Now, is TEL going to start really putting in some bullish pressure, some like mega bullish pressure, like a really big fat candle, and then some selling pressure comes in and you retrace and get a higher low? Or is it going to start retracing here for short term, go back down to 104, and then create a higher low and start pivoting towards the upside again? Because we know red will come eventually. It just depends on when. And when it turns red, I like seeing that as a possible, you know, opportunity. It's like a door opening for money to be thrown in, right? But that's not always the case. It's not like saying, oh, if you had red right here, that means you want to throw money in on TEL. No, because you've already seen that basically the overall weekly is green for TEL in a very bullish way. So you wouldn't want to be jumping in on this red. You probably wait a few days, and then maybe you might have taken the chance here. But if you knew your TA, you already knew that this was possibly forming an inverse head and shoulders, and it certainly did. Started continuing towards the downside, right? But now, when it was here, we called the pivot. We got at least our relief pump. Who knows how long this will take you? I do expect maybe some resistance at around that 2-cent range, psychological resistance at least. And then if it breaks past that, we're talking about, you know, trying to go for a nickel, but most likely hitting resistance sometime before then. Is anyone staking TEL? Their Telegram group has some chatter of staking options, but I haven't looked into it. Since TEL is part of... well, I don't know about any staking options, to tell you the truth, but I love being able to stake cryptos. Like, if I have a crypto and I plan on holding it for a long time, I think it's a no-brainer to be staking it and just building on top of your stacks over time, especially if you trust the source you're delegating to. And sometimes you can stake and you still have custody of your crypto despite staking it, right? But yeah, things like TEL, I don't know if they have a staking option just yet, but I definitely love being able to stake or earn interest on cryptos, especially if I'm holding them long term. And if I was a newbie in the space or somebody who's new to crypto and watching this, I would be really researching into what staking is, and then trying to find ways for, because I think there's definitely ways to earn interest for the top 5 tokens out there. Like even USDC you can earn interest on, right? But you know, some cryptos right now maybe don't have staking options, and that's an interesting thing to consider. Is like, how can you be in this like new era of DeFi where you have all these applications and AMMs that are going on that are allowing for interest to be made on these types of cryptos? Things like Celsius, sure. Nexo, sure. Those are more mainstream options. I'm not too interested in those personally, because it's kind of just like a good way for newer people to kind of get familiarized with what staking or earning interest is. And sometimes maybe you do get a better interest rate. For example, like on Nexo, you can get like 10% of your XRP, or I think like 10% in rewards. I don't think they support XRP anymore, actually, to tell you the truth. But like you can on like Tron, Bitcoin, and Ethereum and things like that. But I don't know the legitimacy of those platforms, and they're very centralized, right? I like decentralized exchanges. I like decentralized AMMs, because it's like it's more than just one entity that is keeping that project together, right? It's open source, and kind of unstoppable, if you will. But of course, for the more legitimate ones, that's the one thing to keep in mind of, is trying to know that this project isn't just trying to pump it up and scam you out, because there is like an era of that going on right now where like there's these AMMs coming out every single day, and basically they're just kind of a new pump and dump group style where you jump in on these AMMs and you want to be there very early so you can ride the moon up and then leave like right away. You want to like get in and get out. You know, at the speed you got in, it's almost as much as how fast you want to get out, because and you really ride the risk. The higher and higher it goes, you run the risk of it eventually crashing on you. And that's what's crazy about those things, man. There's like AMMs like every single day coming out with those types of opportunities. And like one of my friends, he actually jumps into those and like has research on like what's going to be the new thing that's coming out to try to take advantage and ride the lightning, ride it to a high, or try to get a ridiculous APY or percentage gain back, and then jump out before it crashes, right? And that's just the state of the immaturity of this space. That's just the state of like there only being trillions of dollars in this space, right? And people taking advantage of the Wild West. And I don't blame people who make money off of this stuff. It's the regulators' faults for not having a clear regulatory framework of what these things are. And so if people, you know, if regulators are just going to take forever, people are going to speculate on these type of things. Like me, I'm not saying all meme coins are trash or anything like that. Don't get me wrong, guys. But you know, like a crypto that's just being named after something totally irrelevant to anything that's crypto, or you know, just like named after a piece of food or something, and an AMM comes out about it, or maybe they have their name of a piece of food or something, or like they say mini or giant, or you know, before it, like right now there's a thing with like baby XRP and daddy XRP and things like this. Those, you know, I hope people can, you do what you will with those platforms, but there's like other things too, like honey pancake or bunny pancake or something like that. Like there's this crazy AMMs out there that these people are just taking advantage to ride to ridiculous highs and hope that they jump out before it crashes, you know, and make some really good gains off of it. Because they do ultimately crash, and then you have people there who are just sitting there, hoping they can make their gains back because they got crashed on, and then it never comes back. That group of people, or those creators, are off creating the new AMM with a different name that they could exploit for big gains and exploit newbie investors who think that they can trade and all this stuff, or learn how to take advantage of it, you know. But to each his own. Like if people are making money off of that, you know, congratulations, you're taking advantage of Wild West phase of crypto, right? Another benefit of taking advantage of the Wild West phase of crypto, maybe you're just only geared towards cryptos that will eventually play with regulators, like that are going to be well regulated, or at least you hope so. Maybe that's the crazy thing with like trying to figure out who the bad actors are, because right now there's no regulatory framework. So these companies and these networks can put up any type of information they want on these websites. Of course, crypto communities are pretty savvy to catch the bad ones, but sometimes it's hard to check like if these businesses are actually using this platform to act. Like they can throw a company up like IBM, for example, or Google or something, and you would do the deeper research to see if Google has ever mentioned them, and then you don't see anything for it. So then all you see is this crypto project, and like saying they're connected to this institution or business, and people think it's a legitimate project because they see what this company is saying, but not see what the partner is saying about them, right? Or the alleged partner. Like, didn't we just see mini Doge? Like, there was like a mini Doge thing as well. Like, there's just like these coins that are getting pumped out. And I don't want to say that they're S coins. I'm not like everybody. Like, if you're making, I just care if you're making some freaking profits, I'm happy for you. I'm not trying to say don't and do this. I'm just making an awareness of how immature this space is, how young this space is, where things like this are happening on a daily freaking basis, and at the state of where we're at. Remember, the market is just pennies, so it's so easy to manipulate, especially for big money folks, right? Yeah, exactly. And how many trillions of dollars have been printed this year? Exactly, Van Light Piker. That's as ridiculous. Like, we just live in a very ridiculous world right now. Very ridiculous. I do reckon on the crypto website technicals to see how they are connected and clarity they provide. Yeah, exactly, Nicholas. And that you gotta, you know, if you're looking for long-term hodls, some people are just in it for short-term hodls, so it doesn't matter if they're real or fake, right? Because it's a short-term hodl. But if you're doing some long-term hodling, you really want to know that, like, you have that confidence to wait for the long term because of the research you have done. And a lot of my portfolio is like mostly long-term hodls, and then I have a tradal portfolio with cryptos that I'm just trying to do some flips on, right? That I feel confident in, at least for myself. Sometimes I miss, sometimes I, you know, make a good gain or two or whatnot. It's all part with like trying to grow and understand this crypto space more and more, right? And how many trillions of dollars have been printed this year? Exactly, man. Bird Dog, totally right. I can even imagine how you would say that. You'd be like, dude, people invest based on Yahoo and MSM Finance articles, you know? I could see that. It's true. People invest based off articles, a Twitter post, just the face value of a website. It's crazy stuff, man. Because, like, I think, you know, one good example of a blockchain technology that I think is a real boat, aside from XRP, because XRP itself, we know, guys, when we see like big organizations like IMF, Bank for International Settlements, and they'll talk about Bitcoin and Ethereum, but they never say XRP, right? They never say XRP, so that's like the anti-advertisement, right? Because then it makes people think, oh, XRP is not relevant because they're talking about Bitcoin and Ethereum. So they're not really planning on using XRP. They're not even thinking really of XRP. Ripple is just a big scam show, right? If Ripple was truly a scam, more people than even the amount of people that are in it now would be into it. That's all I want to say. If XRP and Ripple were truly a scam of the most sophisticated order, more people would be involved with it. Way more people. You would probably have it at number 1 on the coin market cap list, right? It would probably be what Bitcoin is now. I'm not saying Bitcoin is a major scam. I don't want to piss off too many people. There are some people who do believe Bitcoin is a major scam. I do believe maybe Bitcoin is not going to be number 1 forever. I'm not going to say it's going to go away. I'm not going to say any of that type of stuff because the future is very unpredictable. You never know what can happen. For all we know, maybe all these cryptos eventually the government decides to just consolidate them all into Bitcoin and just call the overall space Bitcoin. Like, there's a lot of crazy freaking things that can possibly happen in a bizarro world situation. But I believe Bitcoin won't be number 1 forever. I do believe the number 1 spot may be fought amongst maybe numerous cryptos, or it can be just replaced by one truly dominant digital asset, and it just has a majority of the market. That could be a possibility. Sort of in the similar way Bitcoin is. But I think if XRP was as big, if it was a truly massive scam, just way more people would be into it, man. It would be at $1 trillion market cap or even more. to try to draw in as many sheeple as possible, and then to try to crash it on them as hard as possible, right? I think a lot more many. Yeah. Exactly. If XRP were a scam, Elon would be pumping it. Dude, people invest based off Yahoo articles. The thing with privacy coins is that no matter what, even if you feel like you're being private, the transaction will be funneled through ISO 20022 and land on a specific ledger where that transaction can be monitored. But there are importance. The reason privacy coins could succeed is because they could play for what these central banks maybe want. Maybe they do want privacy coins to custody for payments because it maybe helps them keep business information private, customer information private, right? There's shady stuff private, right? So that's where I see in terms of privacy coins. It's not like you actually have a private transaction, because since it's on the internet and it's connected to the internet in some way, this transaction, it's just going to be kept track. It's going to be monitored and perceived. Like, it's not like a sophisticated encryption technology that they have that can break through the internet's traceability. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're already talking about some blockchains that are going to be the future underlayer of the internet, then any transaction, no matter how private it tries to be, there is going to be a trace that can be followed. That's what makes kind of things like Drgn chain pretty interesting, because they're trying to do this thing with data camouflage where it encrypts the data so much on customer and business data that it'll make it virtually impossible for hackers to even crack it, to even find patterns to crack it. But I think, you know, maybe eventually, like at first that'll be a massive innovation, and then eventually, you know, just like yin and yang, man, dark and light, it's just the battle goes back and forth. One evolves, makes the other evolve, you know, and the other evolves more, the other starts to learn and adapt. Like, Notorious XRP in the house. What's up, Notorious? How you doing, my man? Thanks for the $2 donation. Appreciate you tuning in, my man. And if you guys don't know about Notorious XRP, the guy makes basically crypto cinema. Much love to Notorious XRP. Appreciate you tuning in, my man. Good seeing you. Cheers to you. Bones TEP, Drgn chain. Yeah, dude. Unleash the dragon. Where are my dragons? Drink another beer, bro. Okay, I gotta go grab another drink though, but I'll yeah, I gotta make one, so that'll probably take me a few minutes. If you guys have the patience, I'll step away and probably make another drink if you guys are cool with that. Man, we've gone through a lot of different type of conversations in this one stream. This stream is pretty legendary today, gotta say. Oh, I gotta put up the jar visual so you guys can see if you make it. The thing I like with the jar visual is that it's like this little game to try to make it in the little cup. You already see it right there. Like, it's hard to get in that little cup, that's for sure. Go for it? Okay, I'll go for it. McAfee liked Monero. Yeah, McAfee definitely liked Monero. One crypto that I like in terms of privacy, and then after I talk about this, I'll go grab a beer or make a drink or whatever. Secret Network. I like it because Secret Network is very different in terms of all these other privacy coins. It's private in the smart contract level. It's inherently private in the smart contract level. Unlike Monero and Zcash, where they say they're private in terms of the transactions that are made, but ultimately those transactions are recorded on a public ledger where those transactions could run the risk, if there's a sophisticated enough technology to trace those transactions, it's on that public ledger. Whereas with Secret Network, you're inherently private at the smart contract level. You have private smart contract capability, so you can really make the information on that transaction truly private. And then if you need to prove it, you can access the public ledger. Because right now, smart contracts, all smart contract platforms are inherently public. But with Secret, if it's inherently private, then that's when you can choose to reveal the information. And Secret's still looking really good in terms of its price, where it's at from its all-time high. Yeah, we'll look at this chart for sure. We'll come right back, though. I'm going to make a drink. I'll put up the music. Bones TEP. Yeah, I should probably grab something to eat, too, but maybe in a little bit. We still got a little bit of time to hang out with the Blue Crew. But let me put up the volume. I'll be right back. Much love, Blue Crew. I'm back. Hopefully that didn't take too long, y'all. Sorry. What's up, Blue Crew? Oh, Bones TEP, did you end up making it into the little cup right there? I got a little bit of rum in here. It's a camera lens cup. Maybe Notorious would dig it. It's a little camera lens. I like using it as a joke on set and throwing it to people. Sometimes I'll be like, hey, catch. Or I'll be like, oh no. And then they try to catch it and whatever, and it falls to the ground, and then they realize it's a cup. All right, let's check out where SCRT is. I put some hot dog juice in the cup. Oh, okay then. It did go in. Nice. Whiskey, Coke, and chips. That sounds good, man. Pacifico. Okay, I got you. Ah, nobody said rum. There we go. Back in 2015, there was another coin called Secret Coin. This is the second version of SCRT, owned by a complete different person from the first one that was created. Well, Secret Network, this one, where it comes from, was from the people who made Enigma. So I don't know if any of you guys own this coin, but this coin doesn't exist anymore. So people who are trying to get some ENG or speculating on this, this team, like, sure, maybe speculation goes in and out of this one, but there's like nothing behind it anymore. It became this. It became Scrt Network. So Scrt Network, interesting supply, interesting total cap. If you go to its chart right here, we've been really speculating on this and hoping that it's going to pivot sometime soon. Because the highs could be really, really nice. Let me clear this out for y'all. So we try to find lower low right around that range. You're bouncing off the long-term trend. Hopefully, you never know. It's never a guarantee, but good to have long-term trends that kind of line up right here with it. And if we do the fibs, clearly oversold past the 78.6, but not too far past it, right? Cheers to y'all, by the way. Oh, Legendary dropping a little bit of a donation in. Let's see if it goes in. Let me see if it goes in for you, man. Oh, you got 3 of them going in, so here we go. One of them. Oh, just barely. Just barely, Legendary. Fresh Farm Bacon. Ralph Cooper, what's up, man? Oh, you guys were guessing what I would come back with? Nobody said rum. Somebody was saying I'd come back with bacon. Okay. Interesting. So yeah, you had a good three candle play right here with the gains, the pivot right here from the long-term support. Oh, snap. Okay, let's see if Bones is oh, I missed it. I didn't get to see it come out. I didn't get to see it. Maybe I catch it on the live here. Oh, here it comes. Yeah, I can see it on the live. Oh, maybe a 99-cent one doesn't get the oh, I guess anything under 99 or under $1 doesn't show up to drop the ball in there, Bones. My bad, dude. But yeah, so Scrt project, I like this project. It's built on the Cosmos SDK. It's IBC enabled, and I love IBC enabled projects. Anything connected to IBC, Interledger Protocol, Blockchain Service Network, Hyperledger, Corda, any of those type of things I'm definitely into, and Scrt being one of them, and having, you know, some sort of uniqueness to it too. I like cryptos that have a very unique type of use case or initiative or mission. So right here with Scrt Network, hopefully we got this breakout confirmed, because this could be some really good volatility that could be on the way for this microcap token in Scrt Network. We like the charts that we saw. We were picking it up at that bottom of the RSI. Maybe this is a take profit region, but overall MACD selling pressure has been coming, so hopefully the buying pressure increases. Volume is there. Let's just see if it follows through. And we're talking about, like, if we're taking a chance and we're holding long and we bought right here at the bottom, then, you know, we're hoping it goes back to 481, which is about a 4x, right, from your bottom to the top right here of the channel. Now, if it breaks out even more, because even when it hit this, it was just off kind of the hype of it. There weren't, like, there's an Ethereum bridge now. They have a Monero bridge. So now they're combining Monero private transactions with private smart contract capability of Scrt Network. And that hype took you up to $5 without all that news, without those bridges. The Ethereum bridge, now they're IBC compatible with all the other IBC tokens. So they'll most likely somewhere down the line be part of the osmosis zone, which would be really cool. Really good news coming out for Cosmos. Unfortunately, I can't access it because I'm in the United States, and I I got to use a DVPN on my laptop, but I'm waiting to use Sentinel decentralized DVPN on the desktop. But they came out with SifChain. SifChain's an OmniDex built on the Cosmos SDK from creators of ThorChain, but like they didn't agree with what ThorChain was becoming and the direction ThorChain was going, so they came to create SifChain. And now we've seen with ThorChain, they've kind of had breaches in their security. Maybe it pays off for them in the future. Who knows? But SifChain right here, I really like what they're building. They're building this omni-chain decentralized exchange, sort of like what Orion, I guess you could be saying what Orion has been doing. But they have some really good traction that's going on for them. And their coin, the eRowan, is going to be like the native token of this decentralized exchange. And looking forward to what they can bring to omni-chain type of space, like true cross-chain compatibility. And they're looking to integrate with some really massive players like Tezos, Cardano, Polkadot. Obviously, they're already connected to the IBC and Cosmos SDK stuff too. So eRowan is definitely one to keep an eye out for. If we check out the price and what it's got going here. What's baby cake? Exactly, Ralph Cooper. Ooh, German chocolate cake. That sounds good. Yeah, unfortunately, I gotta learn to open myself up to them a little bit more, but I own no BSC coins. I own no well, the exception actually a couple of like Render. I have Render token that's built on Ethereum, so maybe a couple of Ethereum built on top of Ethereum projects I do own, but I don't really own any of those layer 2 solutions, and I've missed out big for sure, like on things like Matic and whatnot. But yeah, it's just like I don't really see a lot of, from the research in the way that I do it and have gone through, I just don't see too much in terms of really big connections to those, especially if like my preferences are kind of anything related with Interledger Protocol, Hyperledger, BSN, and Corda. It kind of funnels out a lot of cryptos that I definitely may miss amazing opportunities on. But yeah, so, oh yeah, dude, does Songbird already have a price? I mean, Flare Networks is going to be connected to ILP most likely, and with its connection to XRP. So yeah, they don't have Songbird out just yet, but yeah, we haven't got to talk about Songbird actually, have we? I need to do more research on it. I like the prospect of Songbird. It does remind me of what's going on with the Cosmos ecosystem. I feel like Songbird is kind of like Iris is to the Atom ecosystem, or like Kusama is to Polkadot, or like, I don't know, what else? Maybe the way AGI now is to Cardano, or Cody is to Cardano, I suppose, or I don't know. I don't know about that comparison. But in terms of like a symbol type of interesting thing, you know, some people have speculated the Songbird looks like a phoenix, and that it makes sense because Flare is like the fire, and then the phoenix comes out of the fire, right? So some interesting speculative stuff there, but Songbird being a layer 1 mainnet testbed for the Flare ecosystem. So that means you can actually have other layer 1s that are their own self-sovereign blockchain that is building on top of the Flare ecosystem. So that reminds me a lot. That reminds me a lot of Cosmos. Cosmos is the internet of blockchains, right? And they have multiple blockchains that are their own layer 1s built on top of the Cosmos SDK, built on top of the Tendermint stack, right? So maybe you're going to have that as well with Flare. Flare creating their own community, their own internet of blockchains, if you will, and creating interoperability amongst them between those. And I do believe maybe down the line, because of that connection with the Interledger protocol, and most likely with IBC being the standard that it is, probably drawing some connections with Atom and Flare. Maybe there's already some plans to do some Atom and Flare cross-chain compatibility and interoperability. Is that under NDAs, right? Can't, you know, like Ripple says sometimes, we won't make announcements until our customers are ready to, right? Oh, Baby Cake's currently getting a Certic Arctic. Certic is another one. Let's check out Certic, man. Certic, very cool project. A lot of people like this project in terms of, you know, the security audits that it does for a lot of other cryptos, right? So if we go to their website just really quick, Certic's like a blockchain security leaderboard, right? And it does all these audits and gives security scores on these platforms, right? So you got 90, you know, 90 being really good for these cryptos, right? And then you have some in the 80s and like the ones they've done most recently, and then they have BSC projects. I'm sure they're going to do it for Cosmos projects as well, because they're built on the Cosmos SDK. They're also hosting their nodes on, all their nodes are hosted on Akash.net, the D cloud, the decentralized cloud. And I think that's very forward looking for Certic, because the decentralized cloud marketplace is so important, especially where I believe Akash is leading in the sector of decentralized cloud for blockchain. Even though they're a startup and, you know, they're really early days, I do believe that since they're connected with ILP, Interledger Protocol, Coil, and the Cosmos SDK, I believe they're the leading cloud provider. And since they're the decentralized cloud provider, they massively have an advantage over centralized cloud systems, because it truly makes their cloud unstoppable. It's not like if Akash has a policy change, they would have to shut down, you know, like specific cryptos that are hosting their nodes on the platform. Currently, Ethereum hosting a majority of their nodes on AWS. If AWS changes their policy, they can shut down, you know, the support for those nodes of Ethereum on their cloud, right? That's why decentralized cloud is so important for decentralized finance and the future of decentralized finance, because we want decentralized finance to be unstoppable, and the only way it could be unstoppable is on the unstoppable cloud of the D cloud of Akash. So Certic, very forward looking in what they've done. They've put all their nodes hosting on the Akash.net, on the D cloud. Same thing with Osmosis, backed by the Akash D cloud. Same thing with a majority of the Cosmos nodes on the Akash D cloud. Really excited for that project, by the way. Rewired, what's up, my man? Cheers to you, dude. Here's a wrench. Please use it wisely. Welcome to the Blue Crew. Everybody welcome Rewired to the Blue Crew. Guys, thanks for the 35 likes and all the love. You guys are amazing. Yeah, I know about Million. I forgot which crypto YouTuber talks about Million a bunch. Yeah, Million's an interesting thing. It's very interesting to speculate on, because people are do assume that it will eventually reach to the price of $1 million per coin or something like that, right? They believe it's gonna, like, it has like this thing. I need to do more research on it, to tell you the truth, but I am aware of what Million is. That's for sure. It's an interesting coin, without a doubt. Million Army incoming. Okay, hell yeah, man. Million Army is very welcomed here. I got to do more research on it, but yeah, it's pretty cool. There's a new coin people are comparing it called Uncle, and they speculate it will go up like Million coin did. Okay. Uncle? Is it this one? Is this Uncle right here? Oh, it has the same supply as Million. I'll just add this one just for craps. But let's check out where Certic is on the charts, or actually we could check out Million right now. Let's see. All right, so it's so early days for this coin, right? So let's go to the hourly. Oh, actually, I just have to type in MM, right? It might be MM coin. That might be. No, yeah, it's 50. What price is Million right now? It's 55, right? Yeah. Okay. This is the right chart. Okay. Alright, so you're already significantly past your 78.6 in terms of how much you sold towards the downside. This does look really nice and bullish, though, to tell you the truth. This recent chart right here, at least, you got a little bit of a breakout right there. Hopefully you create a newer low right here, and then you can have the chance of creating a newer high, possibly at around this range. Something like that, where you go back up to $79, and that looks like where your next resistance would be, your next overhead resistance, right around that range. So maybe you gotta burst up towards the this high right here at around $80, and then you'd figure out where you kind of stand with with Million. But this could be one of those ones that just goes sideways forever too, guys. You know, could just go sideways forever. It really depends on more adoption for this type of crypto, right? And the goals that it kind of has to do. Now, is it a tremendous use case? But could it make you some money? Possibly. I mean, if you break past this resistance at $80, it's kind of game on to try to double that and go to 160, right? You go to 160, that's where you're really at your deep retracement zone towards the upside. Oh, here, I got to flip this around. Give me a sec. I'll put the music back on in just a second. But yeah, you can go up to that 150 range, and that's where you really hit some serious resistance. You definitely got some serious resistance right past $100 as well. So those can be the stages of resistances right there. If it gets listed on more exchanges, there's a good chance. Lakehurst, that's very true. That's very true. It could start going past all-time highs. If you do end up getting more liquidity, which is very important, right? Straight to 300, hell yeah, man. I mean, look, if we get into the $80 range right here, like, look, right now the time to buy would have been right here before this pump. It could continue. The stock RSI looks really bullish still, but the peak of it, if we would have seen this crypto sooner, we probably would have been saying this would be a good buy right around this range, just because of what the stock RSI was saying and the volume that was picking up, and the decreasing selling pressure, right? All these indicators, wish I would have seen it earlier, because that's what led to this recent pump forward to the upside. Now you're going sideways again, you know, and then we maybe start pivoting towards creating a higher high. If we can confirm this lower low, we can jump up towards the upside and start trying to talk about, you know, not only $67 again, but $80, right? And then if it breaks past that $80 barrier, treats former area of resistance as support, confirms higher low, then yeah, somewhere down the line you can start getting that journey. And it is a low cap enough coin to maybe just have major gains in a short order. Is it a guarantee? No, but if there's more liquidity being done, if there's more exchanges, is there more awareness and use for it, then yeah, sure, this can happen, man. QWERTY. Yeah, I'm not calling out any of the holders or anything like that. I'm just telling you what the charts are saying. That's all I'm saying, you know. But yeah, guys, appreciate the Million Army coming in here, man. You guys are awesome, dude. Lay Curse, here's a wrench. QWERTY, here's a wrench. Crypto Invierte, Activos Digitales. I don't even know why I said that. I am Spanish. I'm Cuban. I could say it in a Spanish accent. I just said it in that way for no reason. But here's a wrench, my man. Maxo. Which coin is he talking about? We're talking about Million token right here. Guys, thanks for the 42 likes and the 34 viewers. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Crypto Invierte, Ydu Das D. All of you guys got wrenches, man. Welcome to the Blue Crew. Everybody here is a wrench, so. Mr. Divieres, here's a wrench, my man. Jonathan Jefferson. Maxo, there's a wrench, my dude. Yeah, everybody's a wrench in this chat. I'm the only mod. I'm the governing mod of the chat. I kind of just let you guys do your own thing, so just treat the wrench with respect. That's all I'm asking, you know. So use it wisely. We talk about it. We do charts every once in a while, like as a major part of the stream, but we do a lot of news reviews of a lot of cryptos and stuff. And, you know, the chats really make it a big part. Like, if you guys want to bring, if you're really big into Million token and that's really like your main token focus, you can bring awareness to the Blue Crew about recent Million updates. I need to do more research on it personally, but it's maybe not something that I talk about a ton on the channel. I just want to tell you guys that straight up, so you guys know what you've gotten into over here, right? But if you guys want to provide some education on it and stuff, and you're not like spamming it and stuff, I understand. You know, all good. Guys, thanks to all the new subs to the channel. You guys are amazing. We're on our way to 3K. And you guys are making it possible. Shout out to you guys. Thanks for the 46 likes and the 33 viewers. You guys are amazing. Thanks for your support. It helps out the channel a lot, that's for sure. all in Lidden. Oh, you will. Million is here to stay. You guys are just going to convert me now. The Million Army is going to come here and just make me a completely Million focused channel now. You guys are awesome, man. Thanks for your support, y'all. Oh, link to my Discord? Yeah, sure. I got you. Yeah, actually, if you guys want to drop some stuff in our Discord, that's probably the place to do it. So I'm not saying you guys are, you know, you guys seem all really cool. It doesn't seem like you're spamming things and stuff. So I really appreciate that. Like, you guys seem like you're actual real users and things like that. So that's cool. Hopefully you guys dug the charts on Million there. I'm not bearish on it. It looks pretty good, not gonna lie, in the charts. But yeah, here's the... I'm just getting the Discord link for you guys if you guys want to join us there. We have something called DL Trade and DL Trending tabs that you guys can probably use really well on there. But here we go. Here's the Discord link for y'all. Did I miss anybody else who needs a wrench? By the way, cheers to y'all. It's a crypto and beer live stream, so grab a drink, grab a smoke, grab something if you guys want to be hanging out. Oh, QWERTY, you guys are crazy, man. You guys are awesome, man. Yeah, I mean, you guys are bringing awareness to the Blue Crew here, guys. So we appreciate your support and tuning in and vibing with us and having a good time. And yeah, I mean, Million's a crazy thing, man. Nice shades, yeah, man. Because the future is bright. That's our whole theme right here. Is the future is bright. So we wear the shades. Because we're, you know, or else we'd be blind. How can I join you live? QWERTY, to join us live on video, I do video live streams sometimes with other people. It just depends on, like, you know, I guess, like, just when we do it. Like my stream goes all over the place, so it's like, who knows? Maybe next time, man. If you want to, I have my Twitter info as well in the chat below or in the description. So if you check that out, you can hit me up and we can maybe figure out a way to talk about Million, dude. If you really want to do that, man, hit me up on Discord or whatever, and we can find a way to make it work, my man. Oh, what's up? What's up, Bones TEP? Shout out to you, my man. Bones TEP, thanks so much for your support, as always, to the channel, my man. Yeah, Cordy, dude, if you want to come on one of these live streams, man, and hang out and talk crypto and then talk Million and bring more awareness to the Blue Crew, I'm down, man. Like, once again, you know, it'll be your perspective of what you're bringing, and yeah, just hit me up on Discord or Twitter if you guys want to do that. Can you make analysis videos for Million token like that one guy does for Cardano? Mr. Divieres, I cover a lot of cryptos, man. Basically all cryptos. So it's not specific to one crypto or another. I am like major into specific cryptos, but like in terms of what this channel is all about, it's to support all the communities out there. And you know, I'd like to just try to cover as many cryptos as I can and try to bring education and awareness. I read news on like what's just happening in the crypto world, because I think it's very important to just have a very diverse understanding of what's going on in the crypto universe. You know, we're talking like, you know, we're talking about, you know, regulators, CBDCs, what major institutions are doing, right? What major cryptos are doing. We try to just cover the whole thing and just, you know, see what's relevant to right now, the moment, today, you know. Oh, my contact? What's up, man? Million token is interesting. Yeah, dude. Guys, you know what? For all the love and the support that you guys have just brought to the stream and have showered in with this stream, like, let's just do it. Let's go. Let's like do just a basic beginner's look into Million token here. One link that I can share right away in terms of maybe you guys know who this guy is or don't. But this guy usually has some really good info on Million. I've heard of it. I just haven't invested in it myself just yet. But this guy, Tech Lead, this guy's YouTube channel is like super bullish on like a lot of other cryptos too, but he's a big Million head, right? He's really into Million. This guy's really good for educating yourself on Million and you know, maybe Doge and some other stuff as right. Buy winner signer. I mean, do you guys like here we're gonna look into Million really quick. I want to try to I'll set up a wallet and then we'll see what can happen. Has done so much for my husband and I. Okay, Diane Sprague. All right. Hey, you guys. Here's a wrench. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Alfred Morgan. Please, guys, use the wrench wisely and respect the community we got in here. Shark Tacos. Yeah. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate the like Million community is blowing this thing up. I appreciate you guys so much, man. All right. So let's go to the Million website. Let's see what's going on with Million. Let's just let's delve into this. This is where cheers to y'all, by the way. Cheers to y'all. What's your MetaMask? Post it and I'll send you a gift or a gift. Okay. Give me a sec. All right, here's my ETH address if you guys to my MetaMask. Becoming a millionaire live. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. To the moon. Yeah, what's up, Cianis? You guys are amazing, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys are please use the wrench wisely. But anyways, So a decentralized digital currency for millionaires, by millionaires, buy on Uniswap, buy on PancakeSwap, the eye of the tiger, the eye of the lion, right there. The mill lion, right? Introducing Million is a decentralized digital currency with a fixed supply of 1 million tokens pegged to a minimum value of 1 USDC for a total market cap of 1 million plus USDC. Million token was founded by an ex-Google, ex-Facebook tech lead with over 1 million subscribers on YouTube as a millionaire. As Million gains popularity and usage, the value may increase above the initial peg value of 1 USDC. For example, if 1,000 people each want 1,000 millions, the fair market value of the million is 1 USDC each. If 2,000 people each want 100,000 million or 1,000 millions, the fair market value of million rises to 2 USDC, thereby increasing the market cap of million to 2 million USDC over time. The price of million may reach 10 million, 100 million, or even higher. And once again, we're just bringing awareness of this crypto because of the tremendous support we're getting in the stream, and you guys are amazing. Thank you. But yeah, you know, this definitely appeals to, you know, people in the crypto space, and it has some interesting things going on with it. Interesting connections, without a doubt. Use cases, properties, right? Fixed limited supply. Talking about moonshot upside. Millionaire approved, $1 million valuation, store of value, and whatnot. Ethereum, a Binance chain. Million exists as an ERC20 smart contract on the Ethereum blockchain, decentralized and validated by millions of crypto